Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tara East. I'm a writer, blogger, YouTuber, and the author of the mystery novel Every Time He Dies. And in this week's video, I want to talk about our obsession with creativity through the perspective of being a writer. Our writing practice is rarely perfect, and for so many of us, it isn't actually our number one priority, though it may be close. Other responsibilities like work, study, caregiving, or even health may consume the bulk of your time, but in many ways, this is totally natural and to be expected. Many professional writers only write for 1 to 4 hours a day, whether that's a result of their schedules or their energy levels. For the rest of us, we squeeze writing into the fringes of our life, maybe 20 minutes before or after work, or an hour or two on the weekend. Most of us are doing way more than we should be doing. In fact, I did this particular activity last week and then I shared it on Instagram, and the responses to it were really interesting. So I created this list where on the left-hand side, it's all of the things that my robot self, my ultra-productive self, expects me to achieve every day. And on the right-hand side, it's everything that I actually achieved. So I'll put a link below in the description box so you can have a closer look at this. Now, to give you an idea of what some of these things are, so on the left-hand side, I have drink a liter of celery juice, do 100 push-ups and crunches, a 1-hour run, have an organic breakfast, achieve inbox 0, and then I have a whole bunch of writing exercises, which are ridiculous. And then I have another organic lunch, and then I write 5 blogs and film 5 videos. And then I do a bunch of social stuff, and then have a green smoothie because you need your green smoothie, and then go to the gym and do a whole bunch more stuff. And then what actually happened in the day is I got up, I meditated and journaled, I went for a walk, I had breakfast, I wrote for 2 hours, and then I met my mentor for coffee, and then I had lunch, and then I typed up some notes, and then I did a little bit of teaching prep for just half an hour. And then I had dinner, and then walked the dog, and then it was sort of the wind down into the evening. And that was just a normal day. Now, the point of this exercise was to show the mismatch between what I actually get done in a day compared to what social media and hustle culture tell me is reasonable. Now, obviously, I really exaggerated the points on the left-hand side as a way to make this post a little bit funny, but also to show how ridiculous these expectations are. The comments I received back on this post were really interesting. Everyone knew that the left-hand side was a joke, but many actually thought that the right-hand side was pretty overloaded too. Some of the comments were things like, "Whoa, that's intense. So intimidating. It would take me half a day just to write that. You did all that in just one day? I'm in awe. You're a maniac," and puts my day to shame, and so on. Now, I'm not reading these as a way to big note myself. I'm sharing this because these responses legitimately surprised me. I don't have a typical 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job. I have multiple streams of income that come from sessional academic work, coaching, hospitality, editing, and freelance work. I'm largely in charge of my schedule, and what I wrote on the right is what I literally did one random Tuesday. And to be honest, I was actually a little bit embarrassed before I shared this post because I thought people might look at it and think that I seem scattered, unprofessional, or even unstructured. On this particular day, I remember actually feeling really frustrated that I didn't get more done. Now, while I did include the fact that I did 4 25-minute writing sessions on my novel, I was also super aware that I didn't make any progress on my thesis, I didn't work on the short story that I've been trying to edit for publication, I didn't make any progress on the 3 journal articles that I'm writing. I also worried that the mini breaks that I included throughout the day, things like taking an hour for lunch, meeting my mentor for a coffee, and watching an episode of TV, would make me look a little bit lazy and indulgent. I shared this activity as a way to show people how ridiculous hustle culture is and how real life is so much more colorful and responsive. Instead, they showed me how much damn pressure I put on myself. Now maybe you can relate. By placing these two lists side by side, I wanted to visually depict how our mental to-do list measures up to what is actually possible in any given day. The left-hand side doesn't take into account interruptions or the daily chores we do to keep life ticking along, things like bills and laundry. And seldom does it refer to other people, whereas in real life, we're usually dealing with other people all day. Of course, this too can be a daily point of frustration. Hustle culture and our obsession with productivity can mean that we deeply resent these interruptions because we're stealing time away from writing. But something that we need to remind ourselves is that our story isn't going anywhere. We can tend to these interruptions, responsibilities, or the administration of life, and then return to our writing. Or better yet, we can take care of our writing first and then tend to those tasks after. Anyway, I just wanted to share these quick insights from this activity, and I wanted to invite you to have a crack at this yourself, either in the comments below or using paper and pen as I did. Now, if you do want to do a physical copy, just like I did, I would really love it if you could tag me on social media or send it to me in an email, because I'd really love to see what your two lists look like. But of course, like I said, you can also write something in the comments about what your robot day looks like and then what your actual day looks like, because I'd really love to see what you have to say. Now, if you'd like even more writing advice, you can, of course, watch the other videos on this channel or visit taraeast.com and dive into the archives. While you're there, please consider joining my email newsletter, because when you do, I'll send you a free gift, and you'll also receive a newsletter every Thursday morning straight to your inbox, which will include links to that week's blog and vlog, a little letter by me, a quote of the week, and some resources I've discovered and really enjoyed. There are also some tidbits that I only share via email. Thank you so much for being here and for watching again this week, guys. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, stay calm, and keep writing, because the world actually does need more books.